Tuned in to www.oghuskyradio.com. Broadcasting live from the east side of Los Angeles, worldwide. Always representing infinite elements of hip-hop. Tonight's no exception. You know, we like to represent that element of hip-hop that doesn't get too much props, you know what I mean? Especially for the real motherfuckers like these two cats that we have that are doing it. I mean, you could scratch a record, you could get on the mic and beatbox and shit. You ain't going to jail, though, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers, for the sake of hip-hop, do what they do. And if no one else has ever thanked you guys, OG Husky Radio would like to just first and foremost thank you guys for doing what you're doing and keeping this culture alive. With that, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Utapout.
They call me Porfas.
Porfas. Man, let's get this started. Porfas. Let's start with the crews, man. What crews you repping, man?
I rep from RIP and I'm from RK.
What's RIP stand for?
Respect is power.
Yeah, where's that crew originally from? Founded? Give us all the history.
We're from out there in Oxnard in Ventura County. You know, the founding crew members: Demon, MSK, RIP, and Nail, RIP, RK. You know what I mean? Started right there.
And what got you into doing graff? Actually, what do you consider? You a bomber, a piecer, tagger? What?
I'm everything. I'm everything.
But yeah, if you had to put a label, what would you label it?
I say I'm a bomber.
Bomber?
I'm a bomber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because of the illegal aspect of it, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, I do legals and shit, but I'm more a street cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Streets, trains, freeways. That's what it's about right there.
Once again, OGHuskyRadio.com. Porfas, RIP, RK in the house. Also, Utapout. Anybody on Instagram following this cat knows you got some of the dopest flicks, though.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
With that, man, just a little history, man, on how long you've been doing the photography and all that, man.
It's going in about 2 years now, full time.
Full time. What's the difference from full time and part time, or what's the change?
Well, because like right now I consider full time even though I'm not out there every day, because when I get a volume of pictures, I still have to go and edit them and then go through them and archive them, and it's a lot of work.
So with the archiving, how deep do you go into archive? Days, or like when it was pieced up, or how far do you do it?
I usually go month to month and separate them into files like that.
Oh, by month to month. And how about any section you hit?
And by region too.
By region? Or what are the regions then?
I got 805 graff, I got LA graff, and I got train graff.
Okay. So with that, are you only doing like full color pieces, bombs? What's it?
I flick a lot. I flick a lot of things, but at the same time, I've gotten a little bit more exclusive with what I flick or what I keep or what I show. So
then, how many flicks would you say you have total?
In my collection, about easily 18,000 plus.
18,000 plus. All keepers?
No, some of them are not so good. Well, it's what I call filler, but for the most part, I think, especially in the last year, it's gotten a lot better.
So with that, and you were talking off there, you're saying you're a little selective on the pieces now. What are you looking at, man?
I pretty much my rules are that I have to like it, or there has to be an audience for it, and if it meets those criteria, pretty much more that if I choose to, just show it or whatever, it has to be on me,
With that, as a photographer, are you doing it just for your personal archives, or are you looking maybe the gallery stuff down the line, or?
Like first and foremost, for my personal archives,
Why?
For my kids.
Why?
Because everything that I'm putting down, it's actually something. It's history, and I'm gonna be able to give it to my kids, and it's something that they can actually hold, And so that's mine. That's more important than anything.
What's different with Instagram at Utapout from anyone else that's out there flicking? You know what I mean? Like,
not to take anything away from anybody else. Everybody out there is working hard. I think just for me, I think I like to distinguish myself by being where the artist is and taking the same kind of risks in the daytime to get the same kind of flicks that they did in the night or whatever.
With that, have you ever been sweated while you're trying to take a flick?
All the time.
Why though? If you're just flicking it. What's the reasoning? Like, what are people fucking sweating about? Or I don't get
people
that.
Don't mind their own business, or people want to be a hero.
Yeah, it's just straight up. So, damn, I didn't even think about it. I never even thought about that. So, just for flicking it, you're getting sweated too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, or sometimes trespassing.
He forgot to say that part of shit, right? OGHuskyRadio.com. Instagram at Utapout. Do you flick anything else but just graffiti only?
Sometimes I'll catch something crazy out there, cross-dresser, you know, some shit like that, you know.
And with that, man, what's up with the fucking bio on that Instagram, though?
Oh yeah.
Hey, what the fuck is that bio about, man? Or
I am all those people.
what people are they?
Mariano Duncan. I'm gonna be Steve Sachs pretty soon. I'm gonna go through the old OG Dodgers and just be all of them. And then all the ones you've seen before, I was those people too at some point.
The one I seen was if your dad watched a lot of Dodger baseball, I was a center fielder or something fucking out there.
Kenny Landrew. Kenny Landrew.
Yeah, so that's you too, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Is the humor in it? I mean, it's just fucking.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's serious, but then not really, or.
I really am those
Or do you
people.
really have like multiple personalities and shit?
Nah.
That's for another show and shit, right?
I really am those people. Put me to the test.
OGHuskyRadio.com. Porfas.
Yeah.
So let me get, you were busted and the first Spanish word or Porfas, or where's the name come from, though?
I don't even speak Spanish.
Real shit.
Real shit. I look like Mexican.
Nah, I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Everybody thinks I speak Spanish, but I do not speak Spanish, and Porfas just happens to be one of the slang words that I do know. So I decided to roll with it.
Damn. And before that, what was the name before that, man?
I used to write Hades before that.
Hades.
Yeah.
On some devil shit, huh?
Yeah, I was into Satan a lot.
Yeah. And what happened? Satan didn't do you wrong, though, right? 'Cause
Nah.
Satan's a good dude.
He,
You know?
he didn't do enough, so
So you want
had to push him to the side, find something better.
Straight up. Where that? As a Mexican, I'm assume you grew up Catholic. So then.
I didn't grow up anything.
No, at all.
Nah.
Where did the devil stuff come from? Man?
Hanging out with the wrong people.
Straight up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Trip out, man. So then, what? Do you ever plan on going legit?
Never that.
Never that.
Never that.
Why not, man? There's so much like money out there, fly around the world, and
That's cool.
canvas.
That's not what I do it for.
What do you do it for then?
I do it for personal satisfaction. I do it to represent myself in graffiti. My pieces and everything represent me. Like those are pieces of me, of how my style is. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much.
Damn. What's the biggest production amount of paint you've used, where you're just like, damn, I fucking overdid it on some real shit?
Honestly, I couldn't even.
No. You don't keep track and shit?
Honestly, I don't.
There's no like inventory selection or what colors I'm gonna rock or.
Nah, I just fucking whatever I feel like doing in the moment. I use dollar cans a lot.
For fillers.
Black and white. I do black and white dollar cans a lot.
How
That's
about
like
you outlining all that shit with them too?
Yeah.
Tips take them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's weird. A lot of people will be like, oh, you know what I mean? I use them for fillers only and shit.
Yeah,
But
you just gotta know how to use them. That's
Straight
all
up.
it is.
How long you been doing it for, man? Like.
I've probably been graphing, and I've probably been doing graffiti. I started off as tagging.
Yeah.
Probably been doing graffiti probably about 7 years now.
Okay.
Going on 7, 8 years. I started bombing probably for the past 4 or 5 years.
How many bombs would you say you do like in a month?
Probably like 4 or 5
4 or
maybe.
5.
Probably like 5 maybe.
Is it like a number that you have to do, or is it just when you got the fucking feeling?
When I got the time. I got kids, I got family, I got job. You know, I got normal life too, so I sneak out when I can.
Straight
Mhm.
up. With that, so 7 years. So then, 7 years. You're Mexican. So then, tag banging did that affect any part of what your aspect of this art is?
Yeah, it kind of. I started off tag banging, and just shit got hectic. Fucking friends became not friends, getting dying, fucking over graffiti, fucking crossing out everyone. I mean, that's how I started. That's all I knew was crossing out people, and then pretty much I was pulled out by, Demon and Nail, and they were just like saying to get you nowhere. You know what I mean? There's so much more to graffiti than just fucking crossing people out and putting your name out there. And they opened a lot of doors for me, and so I started listening, following, graphing, and I started getting a little bit like, oh shit was tight. I started getting props and stuff, and I was like, that's tight.
You
know what I mean?
get more props for doing a burner than
Yeah.
smashing somebody, right?
Yeah. And by people that I looked up to that I were like, oh, that's tight. That they're bad, you know what I mean? And they're telling me, oh, that shit's bad. So I just kept going with that feeling. Until this day, I still do.
So what's the retirement date? 25 years, 30 years, 401k? What are we looking
Till
at?
till my fingers can't press the can no more, pretty much.
So then what's the payoff for what you do? Knowing like pretty much you won't go legit, right? It's not even.
Nah.
So with that, then what's the payoff for Porfas?
It's all self-satisfaction. I don't really have a payoff. I don't expect nothing at the end. It's just what I do.
With all the while you're doing that, with all the babies, mamas, and the reason why he is masked up is because he's been on Maury about 30 times in the last year. So a lot of baby mama drama. That's the only reason why he don't even give a fuck about bombing.
If you recognize me, it's from the Maury show.
So you know those eyes. The kid has my eyes. That's him right there. But with that, would you introduce your kids to graff? That's something you would raise them in?
Absolutely. I wouldn't promote them doing, I guess, street graffiti, you know, but I guess that comes with territory.
Wow.
But yeah, I would like them to have the open eye to graffiti. Maybe not them doing graffiti, but them, you know, knowing about the art. They're gonna know what Dad does.
Yeah.
They already do. You know what I mean?
Because even on that, that's why my next question was on some grown man shit. Your kids, your family, anyone that's been around you long enough knows.
Everybody knows.
That's what you do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
everybody
So.
knows.
So with that, what was the hardest part, or has your family accepted it already too, or?
Yeah, my family's accepted it. I've had a lot of fucking bullshit because of it. You know what I mean? But you know, my family, they just say fuck it. He's not gonna stop. So what are we gonna do?
Porfas, R.I.P. RK in the spot. All right, RK though. We didn't get in the history of RK, man. What's the history with RK?
I gotta know. I'm from out in a different other county. I was a big fan of RK for years. I fucking, you know, going back, A-God, Brega, like all those cats, you know, Gnome. I looked up to them kind of, you know. I linked up with them through K35 and just started rocking with them. They've been doing it out in the valley since, I guess, you know, the 86, you know, early 90s. So they've been around for a while. So I started fucking with them, and they just said, you know, they ended up turning into the fam, rolling out here every weekend.
Nice.
Fucking shit up.
Definitely. Porfas, R.I.P. No K, right?
No.
Why not the K?
That's too trendy. Everyone does a K or a C. It's just RIPM, RIPF, or just RIP.
See, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Instagram at Utapout. What's up with the name Utapout, man?
I train jiu-jitsu and I teach it.
How long you been doing that for? That was before graffiti, photography, or?
Before I started flicking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I still do it, and I still train.
So that's where the Utapout.
Yeah.
OGSKRadio.com. What's up? So when's the website coming? When are we looking at all that, man?
Soon. That's all I can say. I gotta look into it.
You have enough work already, right? I mean,
I don't even know what I want out of it, so I gotta figure that out. You know.
Damn.
So.
Damn. Hold on. So that you're spending. I mean. Damn. That's a trip. I don't even know how to question that. We got to get into that though. So then you're just flicking to flick and archive like historian, or
that's what I started out doing. I started collecting, so I'm still doing it. And people always tell me you should do this, you should do that, but I never really set out to do that, you know. But I mean, I could. That's an option, but I got to figure out what I want out of it.
Damn.
And how to do it right, I guess.
Instagram at Utapout, and all those people are him. So. Once you guys follow you, for everybody that's following.
Follow us.
And Porfas, R.I.P. RK. No Instagram. Catch him in the yards. Catch him on a heaven. Catch him. So with 7 years, then one more question, man. What has changed the most, man? Is there a graff scene? I gotta ask you that. Or that's anywhere that should exist. Yeah.
Hell yeah, graff exists.
Well, no, but like a graff scene, like we have this whole picture, like there's these underlying codes, and you know what I mean? We meet up somewhere. Because I meet people that say yeah, and then I meet people be like, I don't give a fuck about that. I just go bombing when I go bombing. I'm not.
It all depends. I mean, yeah.
How about for you, though?
As far as our crew,
yeah,
we meet up. We have meetings, and we all agree on shit. We all fucking, you know, we chill all the time. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit different. We all gotta agree on shit. It's not just no one man calls shots for the crew. There's no main head.
Trip out.
You know what I mean? It's we're all crew. We're fam. We're all pretty much we're all criminals, dog. We're all criminals, and we're doing fucking hollers together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For this fucking crew, it's not just one of us. You know what I mean? So.
Word up. And with that no custom canvases, you're telling me off there that you had got hit up and they never got done?
Yeah, if you hit me up for a canvas and I say yeah, it's probably just to tell you to stop texting me because I'm fat boy. I'm lazy, always fucking smoking. I ain't got time for all
that. Real shit. Porfas RIP in the spot. OGHuskyRadio.com. 2-color piece. Actually, I'm sorry. A 2-color burner outside of freeway. Maybe a couple of drips in the fill. Or even a ghost shading because, you know, motherfuckers in a hurry. No, it doesn't look the nicest, you know what I mean? That or big ass canvas in a gallery, 3Ds, a billion cans used.
No canvas whatsoever. Fucking black and white.
Black and white.
On the street, freight, or highway. And that's where the story ends.
Why is that?
Just that's where it's at. That's where everybody's gonna see it. That's where your shit is gonna bang. That's where you could go the biggest. Fucking.
So is it art? What you do, is it art?
It's a form of art.
Yeah.
I see it as a form.
Straight up. Just a form that shouldn't be in a studio or for retail.
There's two different kinds. You could be pretty and you could do 20-color pieces and put it on a canvas and sell it. That's tight. But if it's not on the street, then I mean you're not gonna get that respect.
OGHuskyRadio.com. Any shout outs before we roll out?
Shout out to the set. Shout out to the set. Shout out to the RK mob. You know, fucking shout out to Utapout. Catching all your niggas shit. All your fucking pieces out there.
Oh wait, how did you guys meet? Yeah, that's another thing too, man.
We got a hold of him actually. We found him because this cat was fucking benching everybody's shit the next day. You know, catching everybody's shit from here, you know, all the way over to fucking where we live. You know what I mean? So we're like, whoa. And then he was catching some of our shit like the next morning. And so we're like, he in our area. We need to find this cat. So we found him.
Straight up. You expecting that reach out or that was just like?
No. No, but you know, it was all good. I mean, we met up and, you know.
It's all history, right?
Yeah.
All right, we need that website up and running. Man, a lot. Even if it's just to archive it or even just a book. But, man, for the flicks that just even you have on Instagram and, you know what I mean? Even just start with that. And then you guys will understand what we're talking about. Understand why cats are reaching out to him. And Porfas, I don't know. See your nearest train or.
Yep.
What would you prefer hitting, man? Train. Wall?
Trains is where my heart's at right there.
Why?
Just the fucking. It's just the crazy feeling you get when you're in that train yard. You know, it's fucking dark and it's grimy and it's just you're free. You're not around the street. It's kind of chill. You know what I mean? But it's not. So you're like, it's a feeling you gotta paint a train enough to explain.
Thank you guys for coming through.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
OGHuskyRadio.com. Stay posted. More interviews to come. DJ Top Rank on the 2 turntables every Thursday night. We live and direct, yeah.
Turn me all the way up.